Awesome. So today I'm here with an amazing human being and a client of ours, Bettina Altizer from Altizer Law. So Bettina, thanks for taking some time today out of your busy schedule.
It's great to be here, and thanks for asking me to chat with you today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, totally. And what I wanted to take this time for is to kind of go through the experience you've had with working with us as your marketing agency and what that's been looking like and where the future holds. So with that being said, like, can we start with what were you doing before we even met?
Absolutely. I wasn't doing much of anything. I was on TV a little bit. I'm a personal injury attorney, and unfortunately, we have to be on TV just to let people know we're out here because it's such a competitive environment. On the plaintiff side, and I wasn't doing much social media stuff. I don't really know much about it. It's not my obviously my expertise. And my coach recommended Rahul and his team and to me, and kind of vetted them first. And I have been blessed with Rahul and his posse ever since. I mean, they have been on it. It's been a seamless event for me. I'm extremely busy, and they hold my hand when my hand needs to be held. They help me through it. They're very patient with me, and which I most appreciate. And then most importantly, they get the job done. So Rahul, I'm really blessed to have you guys. I think you're my family now, whether you want to be or not.
No, I look
So
forward to our call. I look forward to our Sunday calls because
right.
those are like literally you're the only person I call on Sundays, and I'm like, this is so fun. I literally do look forward to them.
Well, I do too, and that's the point, isn't it? So it's one thing doing business, and that's really important, but it's also really important to do business and have fun. And I think we do that. I've got to have fun. I'm getting to the age. I'm older than you. I'm getting to the age where I have got to have some fun. And making money is good too, but that's not terribly fun.
No,
It's just
100%. I mean, we're going to be sitting behind a desk. We're going to be doing a profession, in your
right,
case, personal injury law. And if we don't have fun when we're spending the most amount of time sitting in our offices or wherever that may be nowadays, then we lost the game already.
right. I totally agree. And then learning too is really important. Fun and learning. So I think we accomplished that. I think we really do. So you've taught me a bunch, and hopefully I've helped a little bit too along the way. And then what you guys have done for me in social media and the responses that I've got. As a matter of fact, I just finished up emailing, actually on the phone, and then emailing with a potential client that you guys brought to me. I haven't signed her up or anything, but we had a wonderful exchange. She thanked me for the information, and I look for those kind of touches with the people in the community as just an extension of goodwill that will bring me good people that want me as their lawyer. And so I really appreciate that. And I just had that experience.
Well,
So
that's perfect timing. You getting a lead that found you online to us having this conversation right after.
right, right, right.
Perfect
Well, it's a
timing.
Facebook lead. It was a Facebook lead. So
Oh,
she was
awesome.
going through the bot that you
Yeah, the
established.
chatbot. Yeah,
Yeah, and so I happen to be on Facebook,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
watching her,
Awesome.
go through the bots, and I'm waiting, and she gives the phone number, and as soon as she gave the phone number, I give her a call.
Oh, amazing.
So I just coincidental that I was watching Facebook because, after all, I did post a really cute picture of my kitties yesterday, so I wanted to
I
see
liked them.
how they were trending. So
Amazing.
what lawyers do, we have to watch our kitties and
Yep,
on
that's
Facebook.
awesome. But that's really cool. I love how the one thing I love about, or many more than just one, but one of the things I love about working with you is the fact that you've adapted coming from the traditional stuff, not really knowing a ton about digital and just allowing us to have the freedom to do our thing and make the recommendations and also receive them. But at the same time, think about, will this have impact or not? But I have to commend you for being an amazing like person with your ability to want to grow, want to adapt, want to be on the trends, and really kind of go along with like logging into Facebook and grabbing a chat. Because I know a lot of other lawyers and other people in other industries that like they wouldn't do what it takes. They would just stick to like, I want TV, radio because it's easier for me, even though it's 10 times more. Does that make
Right,
sense?
right. Oh, absolutely. And doing what it takes has been my whole DNA anyway. But I will tell you something special about you and your team and Cody. it's a trust thing for me, and knowing that somebody's got my back, because I have been ripped off so much in the past with digital marketing. As a matter of fact, I had hired a California firm years ago, just totally ripped me off. Didn't monitor, just took my money, didn't do what they said they were going to do. And that was it for me. So you guys have been, I had some faith, initially with you guys, because that's all you can do at some point. But then you've just taken the ball and ran with it. We've had weekly meetings. We've had touches and knowing exactly what you're doing and how you're building the foundation and then building the house, and because that's what it takes. It's just not an overnight success. You've got to build it, so they come. I've heard
Yeah,
that in a
no.
movie or something or other. But I mean, literally, you have to have some patience there. But it's like, for me, I'm the consumer, and I'd like to know what you guys are doing and how you're building it. And you've kept me well informed. You showed me progress reports. You showed me what's important for you guys is to know the leads that I've gotten, whether I'm getting cases. And that tells me that you give a damn and you care about what I'm doing, what business I'm getting. And so you're continuing to refine and define what you're doing as well to get more. But all that goes to trust, and
Yeah.
knowing that you guys have got my back is the bottom line there. And that's what I do for my clients. That's what they expect of me. And it's nice to know that you guys, even though you're, across the country, I can still find you. But you're still across the country, but you still got me. You still got me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think like those out there that may watch this, like as far as distance is concerned, this is distance. We are now in the same room on a video like this because this is, I don't want to say the new norm and outplay that word, but guess what? This is where things are being innovative too. So
Right.
if we don't innovate, we die, as Tony Robbins would say in a business. And that's why I like talking to you, because like anything, like literally some of the things you may not be familiar with that we do, but then you're adapting so fast, and it's just the best 1-2 punch possible.
Trying to, I run an old crew here. I'm trying to get some new blood in here, but all of us are willing to adapt and get better, and really the motivation, and I know this is your motivation too. The motivation is to do everything you can for your client. And if that means being on the cutting edge, and I do this in my trial practice too, I'm doing things that are tremendously cutting edge for trial work. So that also has to do with how you run your business part. So my cutting edge is always sharp. And even though I'm aging, who cares about that? That's just a number, as they say. But you guys are doing the same darn thing. You're adapting as well in helping your customers. You're not old school 5 years ago Facebook. You're right now, and you've got to be right now. As a matter of fact, you've got to be, months ahead, frankly. You've got to be looking ahead.
Yeah,
Forecast.
definitely,
So,
because like we know that like the values of cases can vary so far. So that's why it's so important. That's why whenever I'm always asking, or the team's asking, like Cody and everybody else, is how many cases came in? What's the potential value? What do you think the value is? Because we want to track this pipeline deal, because as a client advocate, as we are, we're doing this is a relationship. So the way we look at it is, do we need to grow budget? Do we need to shrink budget? Do we need to stay right the same? Like, where can we do to get more market share in a short period of time? And that's why we love having people that are leaders like you, that we can have a feedback loop, which is amazing.
right. Well, that's very, very aware that you say that, because my work is not, I get a client in and I make money next week
Mm-hmm.
to generate so I can pay you guys. I've got it. It's a year down the road. So I may, have trust and faith. That's getting back to those concepts there that are very important. But I've got to spend money on this, which of course that's valuable. But the payoff is, months, years down the way. And so it's nice that you guys are aware of that my business model.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 100%. It's almost like a realtor, but waiting 11 or 18 more months. Right.
Exactly. So,
Totally.
it's the nature of the beast, but that's what makes you guys really good, is because you know your customer's business. And you really do have to know that. I mean, you got to know me a little bit. I mean, a lot, frankly, a lot. Before you even started to run ads, you captured me in an ad. I mean, I hardly do. when I've had people do ads for me, and I mean, I've had many over the years, I've had to basically redo them myself. I'm not an advertising person, but I know enough about advertising and branding to make that consistent, and I know what I want. It looks good. I hardly had to do like anything with your ad. It was beautiful, despite this. So it was really, really. I just had you had something that captured me immediately, and really is hard to do, I think, unless you get to know your person, unless you do the footwork first, and you guys did that, and you listened.
I appreciate that. I know the team, when they get to watch this video, they'll be appreciative too, that their work is going recognized.
And I complimented your guy. I can't. Oh, it was Valentino,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
I loved his name. I said, "You have a wonderful name, Valentino."
He's
So
awesome.
Valentino did the Facebook ad, I
Yeah.
think, and it was approachable, but still powerful. Us females, we have to watch that balance point where you don't want to look too soft, too feminine, but you do still want to have some femininity to it, and you want to have some power to it. So he captured both feminine and powerful, in which I am. I'm not terribly feminine, but I am powerful. So that's not true. I'm sort of feminine, but that's important to convey, and in an ad for especially a female lawyer. And so I hate to say that in this world, but it just is. It just is what it is. So
well, I mean,
he
those
did that.
details are important. So yeah, you nailed it right there. And Val's a fantastic designer. That's what we kind of echo of, like, with little things like design. People don't realize that a design that could be free in Canva, or a designer doing a design, the results are the difference when it comes to spending money on ads, driving them to those designs.
Right,
And
right.
I mean, the guy's been with us since 2006.
Oh gosh.
So he's an amazing human being. I love Val.
Yeah,
he's done all
he
kinds
is
of it.
exceptional. And the other thing that's really cool in advertising is to capture your client's essence, because if you can do that, there's nobody that is them. They are automatically distinguished between their competitors if you can catch that essence. It's just not another personal injury lawyer, another car dealership, or whatever. It's who they are as a business. And for me personally, I'm selling myself personally, and capturing my essence differentiates me from everybody else,
Mhm.
and I think you guys have really done a wonderful job doing that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, what do you say to somebody who is also in the personal injury field, not in your market, of course, um, but somebody in the personal injury field that's looking for a marketing change, or been burned, or just wants to get more cases? Would you recommend us?
Absolutely, I would. Absolutely, I would recommend you guys. And I also would say to whomever that you've got to go with social media and people that have the expertise to do it. You guys do. We are in a different age. I grew up with the Yellow Pages, and all you had, and I hate to say this, and you probably don't. Well, you're old enough to remember the Yellow Pages. But all we had basically were the Yellow Pages, and then TV came, and I'm that old. So I do remember that. And so those are, even TV is a little, it's fading. It just still does pretty well for me. And I have a very memorable ad. I think that's one of the reasons why it captures something that nobody I've ever seen capture the message. So I'm blessed with that. But you've got to go with somebody that has your back, just what I said, that you can trust, that works the social media aspect of this world that we live in. Otherwise, you're going to be left in the dust. You're going to be left in the dust. And you can do it professionally. So one of the things with personal injury attorneys, or attorneys in general, is can I look professional doing it? Can I still hold a certain standard? That's very important to me. So yes, you can. I think you can, and you've got to do it. I mean, if you want to be found, if you want to be found. If you don't want to be found, then don't do it. Simple. But
Yeah,
you
well,
guys are rock, and I would recommend anybody to you guys. personal
Awesome.
injury or not. So,
Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate
except for
that.
my competitors, I probably, you're right there, Rahul. I would draw the line there.
Yeah, we would draw the line there for you too if they contacted us. So don't worry about that.
I appreciate
But
that.
Bettina, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day for this.
Oh, my pleasure, honestly.